everybody, and welcome to this episode of Beer is Tasty. My name is Chris.
And I am Brian.
So Beer is Tasty, we're a couple of guys, we love beer, we thought, let's do an internet show about it.
Let's drink some beer with a video camera.
And so what we do in every Beer is Tasty is we like to pair that beer with some
the
food.
world.
We say, we're going to pair beer with food and tell you how beer goes with that kind of food.
Right.
And if you've missed our first episode of this series we're kicking off, we're doing it with Bachelor Breakfast. So it's Bachelor Breakfast with beer. Last episode didn't go so well. The Guinness got reviewed well, but the food...
Well, it did not pair properly, is what I'm saying.
So this episode, we're doing something that's very seasonal, and it is October, which comes a season where you have things like Oktoberfest and pumpkin-flavored beers.
So this is Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale from the Michelob Brewing Company, which of course is a subsidiary, of Anheuser-Busch.
There you have it. So the Michelob Brewing Company every year around this time brings out Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale, and we had a viewer of Beer's Tasty recommend this to us. He sent a little cash and said, guys, pick this beer up and tell me what you think, because it is that time of year. So
it certainly is.
We're going to be pairing this week's episode with Aunt Jemima's
giant mess plate. Not 100%.
It's pancake, sausage, egg, cheese,
it's like
pancake.
it's griddle cakes. It's like the McDonald's McGriddles, only it's in their freezer section. And from Aunt Jemima, which Aunt Jemima, come on, they make syrup. So how can it be bad, right? Because it smells like syrup.
It smells like syrup. And so we pop these suckers in the microwave for like a minute and a half.
It's egg, it's sausage, it's cheese.
I gotta say, it
didn't turn out so great.
well, you can kind of tell how well it turned out by the way it sticks on the plate like this.
Yeah.
As I turn it at an angle.
It doesn't fall. So it should be pretty
though.
phenomenal. So the Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale, it says on here, spices including nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, and clove.
Yeah, it does.
Because I've always said this. Why doesn't my beer have more clove in it?
Yeah, and it looks like a pretty interesting beer. It's got a little pumpkin dude on there for the Halloween.
I like how I say that and you immediately agree. You're like, yeah. And it's really interesting because of a little pumpkin guy on there.
No, that's just a symptom of me not listening to you.
Oh, is that what that is?
I've done so many shows with you now that I just don't even pay attention to what you're saying. I just generally get the general feeling of what you're saying and go from there. Which I know you do the same.
So I was reading this bottle here.
5.5% alcohol by volume.
Which is not too bad. Higher than your average. Lower than your super alcoholic stuff. Now here's something I want to throw this out here because I don't know what this means. Our fall seasonal draws its rich copper color from 2-row caramel and carapils barley malts.
Cara what?
Carapils.
Are you sure you're reading that right?
Oh yeah. Carapils.
No, you're not reading that right.
I'm reading that right, I'm just saying. All right, and brewed with golden delicious pumpkins and select seasonal spices to produce
I gotta be honest, I want to put this in my mouth.
flavorful taste.
I'm sick of playing around. Let's put this in our damn mouths.
It smells really like a light pumpkin pie, but very, very light. It's not really strong.
Like you're getting a whiff of your neighbor making a pumpkin pie.
Right, it's like across the street, and their pumpkin pie is an average one, but it still makes you want to eat a pumpkin pie.
You're like, I do like pumpkin pie.
Oh, that's right. It reminds me
Thanksgiving.
of pumpkin pie.
It actually makes me think of Thanksgiving.
October,
October always gets associated with pumpkin because of
Halloween. Yeah, but come on, who really eats pumpkin pie? Always comes up around. Come on. You eat those little candy corn things, which are not delicious. They're not delicious. I'm going to be very clear here. I know there's a lot of people who love those little candy corns. They are not delicious. They're not delicious.
They're not great.
Leave the candy corn home. If I throw a party and you come to my house with a big old bag of candy corn, I'm not going to say, oh, thanks for the candy corn. Leave them at home.
I got a bag of candy corn. You want a bag?
I don't want a bag of candy corn. All right, I'm going to try this.
All right, here we go. Now, I got to say, I'll just say, when I think of pumpkin, I actually think of Thanksgiving, but I realize it's an October thing.
What?
Well, so this doesn't taste like a beer at all.
What?
It's very,
No.
It's very carbonated.
No.
It's spicy. I'm getting the ginger. I'm definitely getting the ginger. And the nutmeg.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeremy? Jeremy's drinking one behind the camera.
I agree. It's not much of a beer.
It doesn't taste like beer.
It's an ale. I mean, let's be honest. It's a pumpkin spice ale. This isn't.
It tastes like.
It's not so much like a pilsner or.
It tastes like soda.
It tastes. What?
Are overwhelming.
But I could see drinking this. I realize it's October. I could see this next to maybe like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
Plate.
Okay. See now.
Hold on. Picture it. Thanksgiving dinner, a big plate. You got turkey, and you got like those green beans, and they put the onion stuff on top, and you got a slice of pumpkin pie afterwards.
Okay.
This might go with that.
Yeah, you're really, really wrong. So this tastes horrible.
Now, this doesn't taste anything like beer, and it leaves a very, so the first aftertaste I get is ginger and the nutmeg, and now that I haven't swallowed any for a bit, I've got like this chemical sheet laid over my tongue.
All right, so on the front is this little scarecrow guy with a pumpkin head, and now that I'm looking at it more, it looks like a horror movie guy, and I'm thinking he just pooped in my mouth. And it was very watery, and I am not appreciative of what he just did at all.
Well, let's see, because it is...
This does not taste good.
It is so unusual. Let's see how it goes with breakfast.
I love these flavors. I do not like it in this form.
Well,
It's like bacon, right? Bacon is amazing, but why would you have a bacon beer, which exists? That's a horrible idea. This seemed like a better idea than a bacon beer, but it's not. I don't want to.
This is awful.
Wow, this is a giant plate of fail we've got going on here today. All right, I'm going to try this.
This is not a traditional beer. It might go okay with this.
All right. Oh God, this feels weird in my hand.
Let me put it in my mouth.
I'm going to be straight. Okay,
it's slimy. It's a weird texture.
So it's a pancake with egg and sausage and everything on the inside. The pancake is lumpy. Like you feel it.
Yeah.
It's not a pancake. It's
and
like
it does
got
come with
lumps in
cheese.
it.
He went cheeseless, so I took his cheese. So I'm rolling 2 cheeses, which will also maybe affect a little difference. But I gotta say, initially, I would never again put this in my mouth. It's really awful. And I kind of like the McGriddle, so I'm surprised I don't like this at all.
Leave me. That's horrible.
You know, if the bar's already low, not so bad. It's not great. Not so bad. It's already low bar. You don't like it? Not so bad.
This is awful, you guys. Dude, don't drink this, don't eat this, don't eat them together, or don't do it. It's awful. You know what? You know, I could spend days regaling to you exactly how it tastes and the nuances. Subtle overtones of numbing. This tastes like a giant pile of pumpkin crap.
No.
It tastes like you know, Nightmare Before Christmas, and they were all like,
Look at all that
"Oh, I'm the
grease.
king of Pumpkin Land." This is like the stuff he would concoct to make all the little children in the world sad. From the little pumpkin guy.
Honestly, I think they're better together than they are apart.
It's horrible. There's nothing good about either of these.
No, they're both
I'm not
awful.
going to eat either of
but
these.
I think they're better together than they are apart.
Come on, Jemima. And Jemima.
Look at that cheese I got right there. I gotta put that in my mouth, right? It's a bunch of cheese.
You do?
A bunch of cheese, dude.
You don't just go around seeing a bunch of cheese on... If you saw a giant mound of volcanic dog
Look at how
crap
greasy my hands are.
covered in cheese, you'd be like, well, I gotta put that in my mouth. Bunch of cheese, dude.
Well,
dude, a bunch of cheese. Everybody come over here, a bunch of cheese. I gotta go eat that.
You take your knife and you cut
just the layer
where
at
the
top.
cheese. So you leave a
layer of cheese so you don't get any
poop,
cross contamination.
Right.
What about osmosis?
No, not a problem. Doesn't happen.
Osmosis happens, dude. I took science class, and the osmosis
How long
happened.
was the cheese on the poop?
Let's say like half a day.
Half a day, dude.
Dude, if you put cheese on a poop, it's gonna stay there until you take it off. It's not like you put cheese on a poop
Half a
and
day.
it evaporates instantly. It's not like there's a shelf life
Half
of like
a day
1
is
hour.
Really unrealistic.
Okay, what would be a realistic time frame for a volcanic mound of dog poop to have cheese on it before it is disturbed by someone who comes and eats the cheese off of it?
2 hours. I'm just saying, that seems reasonable.
All right, I'm giving this an F.
Really?
I'm giving this.
You're giving it an F?
I'm giving this an
What
F.
are you giving it, Jeremy?
C minus.
Jeremy says C minus D.
I'm gonna go C minus D.
This gets an F. This gets an F. I would give it like a C for
My hands are coated from grease.
trying something new. But here's the thing: this has been tried before. There are a lot of pumpkin and spicy ales out there
there's a better
that
one.
have executed on this concept very well.
It was cheap.
and I honestly really like a good pumpkin ale. This is not a good pumpkin ale. Now you could say, oh, it's because it's from Michelob or Anheuser-Busch or whatnot.
No.
But here's the thing: there have been some good things out of Michelob. The Michelob Shock Top wasn't
We like
bad.
that quite a bit.
There's actually a couple of other ones out there that are decent.
Excuse me.
And the burping begins. So we're recording several more Beers Tasties today. The great news is that means that we're going to be burping even more for the next 2 episodes that you'll get to
This
enjoy.
is definitely the worst pumpkin ale I've ever had.
For sure.
And this is definitely the worst breakfast sandwich
Oh,
I've
I
ever
just
had.
burped and it tastes like both.
Yeah.
And you know what? They are worse together. When they come back up, it's worse.
I don't know, man. I'm just really distracted by how greasy my
The
hand
Aunt
is.
Jemima thing.
Hold on. Look at that.
That is super shiny.
Is that ridiculous?
It looks like you covered your hand with like
Like
lube.
the nail polish shiny stuff, and then it dried, and now that's what it looks like, but it's grease.
I was thinking lube, but whatever. Nail polish shiny stuff, sure.
Yeah.
You immediately go to manicure, I go somewhere else. That's fine.
Well, one of us doesn't use the other one because they don't need to.
What? You mean nail polish? Well, I don't know what he means by that.
I'll let the viewers at home
So
decide that.
this is an F. Michelob Jack's Pumpkin Spice Ale.
C minus D.
F.
This
Do not eat this.
is a solid.
It does taste spicy, so if you really want something spicy, maybe it'll work. Where this might work is in cooking. Because it does have some of the spices. If you want to make like pancakes.
I disagree. I think if you had a hot plate of turkey breast that's been sliced off and you had like some of the standard.
Nah.
I really think.
Nah. You're full of it here,
I'm
Chris.
saying there's
You're
better
full
ways
of
you
it.
could go, but that's where it's gonna shine.
Oh, that's a good point. So if there's better ways you can go, you should still settle for crap. That's Chris's motto
I'm just
for
saying
the day.
this is where this beer's gonna do the
No,
strongest.
I'm just saying, if you make some pancakes up, right? Make some pancakes. Beer pancakes are delicious. What about beer pancakes with a little bit of spices and pumpkin in it?
Possibly.
Great idea.
Possibly.
Great idea. This is not the one to use,
All right.
but good idea anyway.
All right, if you've tried this beer and you want to give us feedback, do that over at JupiterColony.com. There's a Beer is Tasty section in there just to talk about this. And then, of course, you can also hit us up on Facebook. We are facebook.com/Jupiter Broadcasting. All right, everyone. Well, that wraps up this episode of Beer is Tasty. We're back next Thursday.
All right, let's cling
with
these
another
bottles.
episode.
Cling them. I'm not drinking it. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much bad luck it is to not drink it after you toast and the cheers and everything. Not doing it with this stuff. Bad.